Hi everyone, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how we can get the historical data from the FYERS API using Java. And for that, I will be using the documentation again. So let me show you the documentation part. So if you go to the history, so this is where we have the history data, and on the right side, if I click on Java, we are getting the entire code here. So in fact, I've used the exact code, just copied the code and I've kept it here. So this is the code to get the historical data. I'll quickly go through the code and then we'll run it. So this is our main class, the public class historical data, which has my two functions, public static void main, which is the main function, in which I am first adding my client ID, and I'm also going to read the access token. So it is reading the access token from the text file, and this is the read token from file function which is being called here, which essentially just reads it's you can see it's a buffer reader. Essentially it will open that file, the text file, and it will read whatever is inside the text file, and it will return that. So it is going to return that text. So we are getting the access token in this FYERS class access token essentially. And once we have done that, we are creating a separate instance of our class, and I'm going to call the get stock history. And this is where I'm passing these different parameters. So I'm passing the FYERS class, which has all my details, such as the client ID and the access token. Let's say we want to get the data for SBIN. Resolution means the time frame. So let us say we want to do it for 30 minutes. Date format. So this is important. So if you go back here and if you just come down a little bit, you will see that these are all the different parameters that we can pass. So first thing, like I said, I'm passing the stock name. Then the resolution is, we have different resolutions. I was passing 30, which is 30 minutes, but depending on what you want. So let's say you even get 1 minute, or I mean 5 seconds and 10 seconds candles. You also get daily candle, and there are different minutes candle that you can get. The date format, like I said, is very important. If you want to put the data in epoch value, which is usually a tougher format, I would say, we will put the date format as 0. But in this example, I'm going to put it as 1. And my date format will then become YYYY slash or dash MM dash DD. Then once I've got that, I will put my range from and range to. That means from which date to which date I want to get the data for. And finally, if I want the continuous flag, or in case of futures and options, and if I want the OI in case of again FNO. So let's go back here. So this is what I'm doing. Resolution is 30. My date format is 1. That means I want to put it in YYYYMMDD format. So let us say I want to get the data for 1st January till 20th January 2025. And this gets passed on to this function. And then essentially it is reading all these parameters and adding it to the stock history model. Just so you can see here, all the model parameters are getting updated here, and this is how it is going to call the FYERS class get stock history, and it is going to print out the result for us. So with that, let's run the code. So I am running the code now. Let us see what is the result that we are getting. And we have got the result. So you can clearly see that we have got the result, stock history, and these are the candles. So essentially we're getting the timestamp. This is the epoch value. We have the open, high, low, close, and the volume, and then again the next timestamp, and so on and so forth. Now in case you want to see what is this timestamp, you can just copy it, and you can go to this website called Epoch Converter. We can paste it here and press timestamp to human date, and once you do that, you can see that this timestamp corresponds to 1st January 9:15. Let's do the second one. So I'm going to copy this now. Let's update this, and you can see it is 9:45, which is correct because we have put that the resolution is 30 minutes. So first candle is 9:15, the second candle is 9:45. And that is how it is working. And you can clearly see we are getting the OHLC for the last 20 days of data. Now, let's say you want to change something. Let's say you want to change the resolution to 1 minute, and let's rerun the code. So now our results will be for a 1 minute time frame. And you can clearly see we have much more data this time because obviously it's a 1 minute time frame. So if I copy the second candle, it should show us 9:16 now. As you can see, it is showing us 9:16, which is always the opening time. So this is from 9:16 to 9:17. So our code is working fine. We have been able to create and test out our function, the get stock history, which is giving us perfect results. So I hope this is clear. Thanks for joining, and I will see you in the next video.